Hey, do not adjust your set. It is dark. It is nighttime outside, and I am driving on 74 going back to Greensboro. Yes, as the title said, my dad is in the hospital. I just left going to see him after work. You know how I said he doesn't know how old he is? Like okay, well, so he came to visit Thursday? And said that he was going to drop his truck off to have it painted and ride a dirt bike back up to Virginia. Which at the time I thought, man, I don't know that that's a good idea. I have the sun coming up behind me. I hate LED lights. I hate them. They're the devil. They are the devil's flashlight coming out of the devil's asshole. I hate them. I'm getting new headlights for my car when Glenda the Good Witch does some body work on it. And he said, for the love of God, don't get LEDs. I said, I won't. So I'm going to get the lights, but I'm going to make damn sure I don't get LEDs or whatever those bitch ass lights are that blind everybody. I don't care. Anyway, so he came to see us, and he said he was going to ride a dirt bike home after dropping his truck off to get it painted. And I'm sitting here going, I don't know that that's a good idea. Well, anyway, he said, I'm going to be at your house. I'll come stay with you Sunday night if that's okay. I said, that's fine. He was going to drop his truck off on Monday morning and ride the dirt bike back, which I still was sitting here like, I just don't know how good of an idea that is. That's not why he's in the hospital. No. So anyway, Sunday evening comes around and he never shows up. I had, everything ready for him. He likes to sleep on the couch. He said our couch is a good sleeping couch, which I don't agree, because every time I've taken a nap on it, I've ended up with a backache. But he loves our couch, because when we went on the Piedmont Triad Honor Flight a few years ago, he stayed with us the night before, and he slept on that couch. He said it was the best night's sleep he'd had in years, and that couch was great. My couch? Are you serious? The one in the living room? God, I think it sucks. Anyway, the GPS lady may pipe up and say something. I'm taking the bypass back to Greensboro, and I don't think she's going to say anything, but she might pipe up and have something to say just to get a word in. Anyway, but he didn't show up, which I thought was kind of weird. And I thought, well, you know what? Maybe he got a ride. Maybe somebody's going to follow him down here, or maybe he's worked something out. I didn't really worry about it too much. And then about 9 o'clock Sunday night, my stepmom called and told me, she said, yeah, your dad's in the hospital. I said, what? Why is he in the hospital? Well, he had woken up that morning, and she said it was kind of odd because when he woke up, he didn't get up. And normally he'll get up kind of early, and he'll get on up and make coffee and, good God. It's just insane. Because now the big freight trucks have those LED lights, and it's like Satan. I mean, it's awful. Anyway, she said, yeah, he laid in the bed and he didn't want to get up. And he said he kept saying he was cold, and he wanted the electric blanket. So I put the electric blanket on him, and I said, he was just shivering. So she said, let me take your temperature. And he had a fever, it was like 103. And he was having trouble breathing. She said his breathing just sounded labored. And she said, come on, you need to go see a doctor. And he, no, I'm fine. I'm just cold. I'll be all right. No, well, I'm glad she made him get up and go. She took him to the emergency room because it was Sunday morning, not really many other places up there to go. So she took him to the emergency room, and they did a chest x-ray on him and said, yeah, you've got pneumonia. You're not going anywhere. And they admitted him, and he's been there ever since. So, I've been in touch with my stepmom back and forth, just keeping up, and things were not looking too great earlier. Like, he was having trouble breathing. They had him on oxygen. I'm having trouble breathing right now. I got a cough. I'm fine. And, they wanted to do a chest tube, and he refused to do it, and it caused a whole bunch of drama yesterday because he kept wanting to do it. They kept saying, you need a chest tube, you got fluid on your lungs, we need to deal with that. And he's like, no, I don't want a chest tube. And he he said, y'all are just trying to gouge me. You're just trying to make more money off of me. Like, you know, Daddy, I don't think the big chest tube is, you know, giving them kickbacks on anything. I don't think they're doing it because they want to make more money. I think if they're telling you you need a chest tube, you probably just need a chest tube. Why don't you just go ahead and go for it? No, I ain't doing it. He just refused. Like, no, I'm not doing it. It's not necessary. And they did want to transfer him to another hospital to place the thing. I don't know why, but I don't know. But but today though, he seems to be doing a lot better. I got off work and I went up there to see him, and he looks good. He sounds good. They've still got him on oxygen, but it's not as, I don't know how oxygen works, but it's not as concentrated or something as it was yesterday. And the antibiotics finally do seem to be working. The first antibiotics they gave him, he had an allergic reaction to, and he was itchy all over. Like he doesn't have enough problems. Damn it. So they had to give him Benadryl and start him on something else. And he seems to be doing okay on whatever antibiotic they have him on now. He's okay. But the first one, like, we need to make a note of whatever that first one was in case he ever needs an antibiotic again so they don't give him that again. I need to find out what it was because right now I don't know. Hopefully they made a note of it somewhere, but we need to remember that for the future. Anyway, so he looked good. He sounded good. He was sharp. You know, I had a nice visit with him, and my stepmom walked me out, and I made sure to tell her thank you. I thanked her profusely, like, thank you so, because she's been with him pretty much the whole time. She'll go home to sleep and, you know, get clean clothes for him and stuff from home, and, you know, but she's been up there pretty much ever since Sunday morning. So, you know, I'm just so glad that she's able to be there with him. So it was kind of scary. We went through something with him a few years ago where he had this doctor, and I still get pissed every time I think about it. He's a country doctor. He loved this country doctor. He don't believe in all them crazy new things they doing, like antibiotics and, you know, sanitary procedure. Like, what do you mean when you say that? Anyway, so he was the same kind of thing. This was several years ago. He was having trouble breathing, and he was running a fever, and he goes to see his country doctor, and the country doctor's dumbass goes, well, yeah, it's probably pneumonia, but you should just go home and rest. You'll be fine. Well, fortunately, my stepmom was there. So my dad, they had to put him in a wheelchair to get him into the country doctor's office. Like, did that escape your notice that he is so weak he cannot walk? What the fuck? You tell him to go home? He can't even breathe, dude. So, fortunately, my stepmom, they have to take him, put him in a wheelchair, get him back in the car. And he said, okay, take me home. And fortunately, my stepmom said, we are not going home. He said I was fine. I don't care what he said. And you can be mad. You can ride in the car and be mad. I don't care. She took him straight to the emergency room, and they admitted him, and they told him, it is a good thing she brought you here. If you had gone home, you would have died. Straight up, you would not have survived the night. But he's a country doctor. My stepmom told him, she said, if you ever go back to that country doctor, I will kill you myself. Straight, I will choke you to death if you ever go back to that man. And he didn't. He had to find another doctor. He did. He found another one. Oh my God. So anyway, yeah, he keeps scaring us to death with this stuff, man. He's so stubborn. He doesn't like going to the hospital, which I get it. Nobody likes going to the hospital. But damn it, you know, I'm so glad she was there, and I just wanted her to know how much I appreciate her. Oh my God, she has now probably saved his life twice, at least, that I know of. It's just crazy. He does not appreciate her enough. He really doesn't. Bless her heart. She is just, oh my God, she's just wonderful. I'm so glad, and I told her, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad that you are here. And she's a wonderful person. So anyway, he's doing better, but they're not going to let him go home for a bit. They're going to keep him, I think, at least another couple of days because he's still very weak and he's still on oxygen, and, you know, they just want to keep an eye on him.
In half a mile, use the left 2 lanes to take the ramp to US 421 South.
Like I have a choice. It's exit only, GPS lady. My only choice is to drive off into the woods over yonder. That's my only other choice, GPS lady. Okay, now I have a choice. Do I go left? I go left, right?
Use the left 2 lanes to take the ramp to US 421 South.
All right, anyway, I'm sorry. I knew she was going to pipe up and say something. So, my dad...
Continue for 8 miles.
Shut up! So, my dad, I feel much better now after having seen him. I had talked to my stepmom earlier today, and she said that he was still refusing the chest tube, but he does seem to be doing better, so that's good. That's definitely good. So I'm really glad I already had all my videos for the week done, because I would not have gotten a video done. And yeah, I started to go up there last night, but he had been awake all day, and she said, you know, look, he's asleep. Don't, you know, just stay there. He's asleep, and he's probably going to sleep the rest of the evening, and, you know, so he really hadn't had any sleep at all. And I said, well, I don't want to disturb him, you know. So anyway, I told her I would come up here today. So yeah, it sounds like he's doing better. So I'm really glad he did not try to ride that motorcycle all the way up to Virginia, because I think he was already not feeling good when he was here on Thursday. Because I noticed a little thing when we went out for dinner Thursday night. We went to this diner, and he always gets coffee. You know, he always gets coffee when we go get dinner, because my dad and I are kind of the same when it comes to caffeine. It doesn't really affect us very much. You know, he can chug 2 cups of coffee and just go to bed. Like, it doesn't really faze him at all. And I'm kind of the same way. Like, I can consume my Pepsi and just go to sleep. It doesn't, I probably because I drink too damn much of it, but yeah. But he didn't order coffee. He always orders a cup of black coffee, no sugar, no cream, no nothing. He always takes it, just nothing in it. He ordered ice water, which was weird. Like, he never orders water. He wanted water, ice water. Like, huh. And the last time he had pneumonia, he had been to my house a few days earlier, and we had gone out to eat, and he got, what did he get? He got, like, Coca-Cola, which I never see him drink that. Because he said his throat hurt, and maybe it would make it feel better, but he didn't want coffee. So when he ordered water, I instantly thought, okay, something's wrong. I didn't say anything, but I thought, yeah, he's not feeling his best. He's not saying anything. And he didn't sound like he had labored breathing or anything, which, you know, he's had breathing problems forever. He's got lung damage, and, you know, he is kind of prone to lung issues. But that was my first clue something wasn't quite right. And it kind of compounded my feeling of unease when he said he was going to ride a dirt bike from here to down Virginia. Like, dude, I don't know that that's a good idea. Anyway, yeah, so I just wanted to let you know that's been weighing heavily on me since Sunday night. I've been very concerned about him, but it was a real relief to go up there and see him and see that he looks and sounds good. And he's sharp. You know, the nurse came in. The new nurse had come on right when I got there. And she was asking, you know, what year is it? Can you tell me your full name and your date of birth? And, you know, just asking questions like that. You know, like, what day is it? Do you know where you are? Things like that. Of course, he was making jokes out of all of it. Like, I'm in the bed. Would you know where you are? Yeah, I'm in the bed. No, do you know, more specifically, do you know what building you're in? Don't you know? You work here. You ought to know where we are. Like, Daddy, just answer the question. Well, I don't know the address. I didn't exactly look when we pulled up. Just tell me where you are. I'm in a hospital. Hospital. Fine. God. You nosy asking me all these questions. She didn't seem too fazed by it. I'm looking at her like she probably has to deal with this shit every night. she's gonna be with him until 7 a.m. So she seemed really nice. But yeah, he was being a smart ass. Like, yeah, he's feeling better. Anyway, he's 84, and I just, it sucks when your parents start getting older because you know, one of these days it's not gonna go like this. And I mean, he's not out of the woods yet. I mean, he's still in the hospital. I just hope he doesn't suddenly take a turn for the worse, because that happened to Glenda the Good Witch's dad. Is that he had a blood clot, but they thought they had it all straightened out, and he was in the hospital, and they were, like, he'll be going home in a day or so. And unfortunately, while he was there, he threw another clot, and I think it went to his lung, and he died. I mean, he never got to go home. And it happened so fast, like it was just like, bam, he was gone. And nobody anticipated it. Like, it was just, my God. I mean, it can happen at any age, I know, but as our parents, as they get older, it becomes more and more likely that something like that, eventually it's going to happen. It's going to happen to all of us at some point. Nobody gets out of this alive. The Grim Reaper comes for all of us eventually. Tell you what, man, it's really something. But I think he's going to be a fighter right up until the very end, I think. He's not going to go quietly, that's for damn sure. Anyway. So I am very relieved. I am a very relieved person right now, having visited with him for a while. And yeah, it was good, because my stepmom said, yeah, he definitely looks and sounds much better than he did yesterday. Much better. He's, he still has fluid on his lungs. He's not completely out of the woods yet, but he definitely seems to be doing better. So I will let you know, how things go. I will let you know when hopefully they'll let him go home soon, but he has to continue to improve before they're going to let him go anywhere. At least they're not trying to kick him out, which is good. He's got really good insurance. Maybe that's why they want to keep him. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, they said, yeah, you're not going anywhere right now. So, God, it's been a stressful couple of days. And my poor stepmom, man, she had to have surgery on her ear, and she has stitches. They're gonna have to do a skin graft on her ear, and poor thing. And she had to go back to have that looked at during the day, so she had to go do that and then go back to the hospital. And she's been running all over the place today. But yeah, I know she's tired. I know she's worn out. She was going home to go to bed when I left, but she'll be back up there in the morning. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to tell you, I just wanted to let you know, it's so stressful. Parents are stressful. Why are they so stressful? I don't know. But thank you so much for watching and for being here. I'm going to get off of here before she starts talking again. I hope you have a
In a quarter mile, merge onto I-40 East, US 421 South.
I almost made it. Anyway, have a wonderful day. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you again soon.